After the ball is over, after this game is done, after the die lot's finished, and you are short just one, many a knitter has made a tearful and desperate call, pleading with their local yarn shop, go after that ball.
Hi, and welcome to Penhook and Needles Podcast, episode 106. It is Tuesday, June 10th, 2014, and it's very early today. It's early afternoon.
About 2 a.m. Yeah. Actually, it's not that much earlier than we normally podcast.
We usually start around 3:30.
You just finished hearing After the Ball is Over by Ren Ross, obtained from moviealley.com from Mevio. My name is Talia, also known as Franciscan Gypsy.
I'm Marlisha, also known as Lady Fernico. We want to welcome all new and returning viewers. Those of you who are returning, thank you for coming back. Those of you who are new, welcome aboard. We're glad to have you with us. We do have some new members who have officially joined the group. We have Stripey Squirrel, who is Rhiannon. And please forgive me if I get the wrong names with the wrong Ravtar or Rav name, because my Kindle did its thing again. I'm not sure who belongs with what. But Stripey Squirrel, who I believe is Rhiannon, welcome aboard. Alleybugs, who is Deb. Knitter, who is Jerry. Crafty Casey, who is Cassie.
Crafty Cassie,
who is Cassie, yes. Ferret Lady, who is Nikki. Nikki's fantastic. I just did a D-stash with her, and she's really great to work with.
And her D-stash will be headed out. Right? Is that hers?
No, Nikki is the one I just bought from.
Oh, Nikki's the one you bought
Yeah, she's the one I bought from. And we are going to have to start numbering our Nicoles and Nickis, because we have like 5 or 6 of them, which is great.
Well, her Nikki is with an E at the end.
I-E.
I-E at the end. So it'll be Nikki with the I-E. Or Ferret Nikki.
I didn't say that, Nikki. She did. Okay, yes. Okay, so welcome aboard to all of you. We're really glad to have you with us. We're heading up toward 250. A little ways still, but we're getting there. Yay.
Grab yourself a cup of tea or coffee or whatever beverage of choice makes you happy.
Chai tea.
I have Lady Gray, and that tinkling noise, dinging, whatever, that loud noise you heard earlier was me trying to stir my tea. Sorry about that.
No, you're not. Truly not. Our mascots are back here, except for
I forgot the snake.
Happy and Skittles and Ollie, who is hidden by Talia, because that's the only place I could get him to sit up without falling off the back of the couch. And they lead into the Autism Awareness Cal, which is drawing to a close. We only have about 2 weeks.
Before that, thanks everyone for your congratulations and kind comments for the last podcast. I appreciate it.
Yes,
Yay.
we both appreciate it. We have 2 more weeks before we are done with the Cal, and so we are looking forward to seeing the rest of the objects that are coming. They really are fantastic. We had a couple more Braided Brights, I think, since the last time. The banter in that thread is hysterical. I love listening to Allison, Roseboom, and 10 Hours or Less, George, banter back and forth. It's really funny.
I'm way behind it.
It makes me laugh. I go there when I'm kind of had a bad day or something, because it makes me smile. And even when I'm not, it's fun to go watch. So keep it up. You're doing great. We are also going to be closing, before I get past the Autism Awareness thread, we will be closing the 200 member 200 member, 200 member. Thank you. What is it? I don't know. Okay, thank you. 200 member, 1 year.
No, 2 year.
200 member, 2 year. What's the other thing?
200 member, 2 year.
1 year podcast.
No, wait.
100 podcasts, 2
Yeah.
year, 200 members. That's what it is.
is.
Yeah, so many things to remember. It taxes my brain. So anyway, that thread will be closing this coming Sunday/Monday, whenever we get it closed down. It's supposed to be Sunday night around midnight. If she's working, so it might be, you might have a little extra time. You could squeak in on Monday before I close it on Monday morning. So, and then we will announce the winners next week for that. But this, we will not have the winners announced until the first week of July, probably, because you have 2 more weeks. Yay!
For the autism awareness.
For the autism awareness. I'm not making myself clear at all. Okay, as I said, it will be ready through June 30th, and I'm looking at my Kindle because I can't remember stuff without looking. Okay, the Fibertown podcast group has finished with their part of the Autism Awareness Cal because Emily is getting ready to do her trip. I guess her husband has a business-related trip to Spain, and they're all going, so that's awesome. You know.
Oh, and Emily, thank you for your congratulations on your podcast.
Yes, that was awesome. And Emily told me that she will be able to handle the person who wins the pattern. Just PM her, and she will. I guess she'll be able to do that.
Over in Spain.
That over in Spain. She just didn't want to have to worry about sending off a box of something, so or a package. So she can do that. The person who wins Emily's pattern doesn't have to worry about timing. Just tell her when you win it, and she'll get it to you in a fairly timely manner from Spain. Okay. The Equal Opportunity Crafter is still doing the Autism Awareness Cal with us. She is also going to June 30th. And I haven't been there recently, so I don't know what's going on over there. But every time I look, the numbers are going up in that thread. So,
well, she's doing a lot of very good awareness type things.
I'm a little behind on her because I like to listen to the autism awareness stuff when I'm doing that, not just kind of have it in the background. So I'm kind of far behind with her.
She is her information is kind of a combination of our two pieces of information we can provide, because she has an older brother who has autism, and she has kids who has autism. So she combines all my two experiences.
So it's really, you can learn a lot from her, just like you can learn a lot from Indy String, who is just starting out on the autistic spectrum journey with her daughter, and even Emily, who has it from the professional point of view, where she is, I think she was a speech pathologist or something. I forget what she told me she was, but she has worked with that spectrum. So we have a lot of good information coming from those directions. But I wanted to tell you that I want to remind you that you must be a member of whichever group you are involved with in order to be eligible for the prizes. It has to be brightly colored, one or more bright colors. If you do the Braid It Bright or you do the Winding Journey patterns, you get extra chances for that. And if you do 2 or more bright colors, you also get an extra chance for that, one extra chance for that project. Finished objects only. All whips get one chance at a prize. They must be knitted or crocheted, and yeah, bright colors, blah blah blah. Okay, we did the featured pattern. We do want to thank George for developing the Braid It Bright for us for this Cal. It's awesome, and we are so excited about that. Nobody's ever done that before for us.
Yeah.
That's neat. We're happy about that. Okay, that is done. That is done. The prizes I showed you, I think we showed them last week, didn't we?
Yes, I think we did.
We have 3 project bags, one from Knitting's My Bag, 2 from Clover Both bag makers are excellent. We use their bags all the time. Probably almost exclusively we use their 2 bags.
Yeah, we do.
So they are very, very good. Juliana, our co-host, is offering one of her patterns as a prize for our prize pool. Thank you, Juliana. And as Emily has offered 3 skeins of yarn to go to 2 different people, as well as one of her patterns.
And we have those skeins.
We have the skeins. So whoever wins that will get it from us when the time comes.
You don't have to worry about it coming from Spain.
No. Hank's mom has donated a skein of lace weight yarn, which is awesome. It's beautiful, and you will contact her. We will get your name and give it to her, and then you can contact her so she knows that you're the winner. She'll get that yarn out to you. Sarah Jane Designs has offered 5 of her patterns and for 5 winners. And I'll tell you something, that lady, I went on and on about the last shawl that she's got coming up. It is absolutely flat out gorgeous.
Okay.
If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. I keep feeling like there's somebody I missed. I apologize if I missed anyone. I think the one that I'm missing is actually for the next one, and that's Turbo Knitter 64, who is Kenneth, who donated 3 skeins of yarn for our next Cal.
Right.
So we will mention him again in the next Cal, but we want to thank him now anyway, because otherwise I feel like I've forgotten somebody. Okay. How many whips do you have? How many hooks?
Let's see, 1. That's weird the way it decided to highlight.
Looks like you have a sepia background.
Oh, that's why. Okay, thank you. Alright, that explains it. Okay. 2.
I are smart.
Well, I read it in sepia when I go to bed because it's less hard on my eyes.
No.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, I have 4 as well.
Okay. You want me to go first, or do you want to go first?
What are you going to lead off with? Because you already have something in your hands.
Well, that's what I'll lead off with.
Then lead off with it.
Alrighty. So, this which I am knitting upon is the ink heart, which is the Lush pattern by Tin Can Knits. I'm using, okay, well, it calls for US 3s when you do the ribbing. I can't remember if they called for it for the lace as well. If it called for the lace, I used it for the lace. For the ribbing, I didn't happen to have 3s available to me at the time, so I used US 4s, and it doesn't seem to be affecting it too much. And US 6 for the main body. I'm using Miss Babs, sorry, I'm looking this way, this is where my show notes are. I'm using Miss Babs Yazawada skein in the fountain pen colorway. I'm knitting on this for Mom and knitting size 33. And this is a pattern that was gifted to me by Nurse Kim Knits. And I feel awesome because I just finished that needle.
Yay!
I was talking.
Oh, you're working your Chai Gu red lace.
Oh, that's like what I primarily use now.
I think Emily was just saying on her last podcast she really likes those.
Oh, they're really good. So, here is the sweater so far. I've, bound off on the bottom, as you can see. And I've picked up for the first sleeve. It looks kind of weird because it's puckering like right there, but I know it'll look fine once it's
blocked. You block it, or
yeah, but also the needles are pulling it out a bit.
Right.
It just looks kind of weird like that.
This one's on waist yarn here.
Yes, it is. So just started the first sleeve.
Color's showing up really well.
Yeah. It'll be very potato chippy knitting right now because just knitting straight right now. But yeah, it's been fun to work on. I procrastinated a little bit picking up for the sleeves, mostly because I didn't have brain power. And when I developed brain power, it's pretty easy. So, picking up sleeves is not really an issue for me anymore. I've done it so often. But there it be.
Okay. I guess the one I want to start off with, I'll start off with my sweater. Shannon was very nice to get back to me on the thread about, Shannon is, what's this dog's?
Shiba guys.
I'm sorry, Shannon, that dog name is a little different for me, and I'm not familiar with it, so I messed it up.
Isn't it like Shiba's guys?
Shiba's guys or something like that. Anyway, it's Shannon. He's the designer of the cardigan I'm working on.
So it is just his profile, it's not the two of them together?
Well, they're both on it, but he's the one who got back to me.
Okay.
So, because he's the one who designed the pattern. And he was very sweet to get back to me about my question, and I will PM him as soon as I can find a few minutes and get over my
loathing of blocking.
I hate blocking.
I can honestly say that I have not blocked a swatch hardly ever.
I actually swatched, and that is something that I don't like to do, and I did it because I knew I wanted my sweater to fit. But he is willing to help me, and I am very appreciative of that. Thank you, Shannon, for getting back to me, and I will try to get back. As you know, with things being as they are, I'm a little bit hectic right now, but I will try and get back to you as soon as I can with that so I can finish this sweater before, like, I turn 50,000 years old.
You're going to turn 50,000 years old, huh?
But I love...
50,000 years old, you reach this good you will not look.
No, this good you... What was it? Look this good you will not. Look this good you will not. Yoda. But anyway, I love the way this yarn is playing in the pattern. I'm pretty close to the waist. I do want to block... I will probably block the swatch. I'm pretty sure I have it. Still... I don't know. I thought I had it. Yeah, here it is. So I can block this and see what I get. I think I have notes somewhere saying, it looks so funny, saying what I got before I blocked it. But I will block it and see what I get so he can help me figure out what I have to do, if anything, because he said, if anything.
Well, because it doesn't always stretch, especially if you only lightly block.
Yeah. I don't tend to block this too heavily because there's no design.
I mean, with sweaters, I generally don't block it too heavily. I just sort of lay it there.
Well, I'm just worried about the armhole being big enough. That's the only reason I'm worried about it. Otherwise, I can just fiddle around with how many rows I do. But it's in my Cloverbird chai tea bag. I got a nice comment on my chai tea bag the other day.
You mean your coffee bag?
Chai tea with chocolate.
With coffee beans?
No. Chai tea with
coffee beans.
Cocoa beans.
Coffee beans.
My chai tea bag.
Coffee bag.
Anyway, I'm using an F-hook, and the yarn I got from the Shenandoah Fiber Festival last year from Dragonfly Fibers in the Dragonfly colorway. And it's their Dragonfly sock yarn. So I'm having a fun with it. I like it. The color is gorgeous. I can't wait to finish it. I just have to get myself in gear and block it so I can get the help I need from Shannon, who's been so nicely available. Okay.
Have you heard anything back from another designer yet?
No. From Kristen? No. I hope that she will get back to us, but I know she's extremely busy too.
Yeah. Okay, so.
I do have another pattern to show you though.
Oh, okay. So the next project I'm going to talk about is, in case you were wondering what we're talking about, but I know that'll come up again later.
She doesn't know what she's talking about. I can type just as well as you can. I've had more practice. And Thomas says it doesn't work very well on him anymore.
Oh, he's wrong.
I think it was Allison who asked if Thomas would make an appearance on the podcast. I don't see that
happening.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. And my husband neither. Somebody asked about that as well, and I don't think so. That's not their style.
No.
Really. But they say hello, I'm sure.
So this is the Villainous, which is the Box Elder cardigan pattern by Maria Lay. Came from one of the Interweave magazines. I can't remember what month or year. I think it was last year's. It might have been fall edition. US 9, US 7 needles, using Dragonfly Fibers Traveler in the Villainous colorway. And this is size 36. First sleeve is all done. It's been done for a little while.
Okay, yeah.
And making some good progress on the second one.
It's so pretty.
So,
I like that color. Now, does this have the opening in the bottom here?
What do you mean?
Well, I don't know if I was watching a podcast.
Oh, that usually happens when you're doing bottom up.
Okay, because I was watching something or talking to somebody, and they were talking about a method of Kitchenering
the underarm
where there was no hole.
Yeah, that occurs when you're doing bottom up, because with top down, I'm holding the stitches with a waist yarn like you saw for this other sleeve, and then I pick up around the sleeve, so there's no reason to Kitchener.
Well, she was actually saying you had to Kitchener.
You don't Kitchener unless you have two edges You don't have two edges when you do bottom up.
I don't remember what it was that they were talking about.
when you do top down.
I don't remember what they were talking about.
Well,
she said she'd never done it before.
I watched that particular podcast.
It was Emily, wasn't it?
I think it might have been.
Yeah.
Well, that occurs when you knit bottom up because what happens is you're left with an underarm hole.
Right.
And you are Kitchenering the top part to the bottom part. And I did it with this sweater actually. And I just normally sew up my hole.
Right.
Although it made sense to do what she suggested, which is pick up extra stitches on either side.
Right, that's it. That's what she was talking about, yeah.
But that occurs with bottom-up sweaters, not top-down, because with top-down, you're already picking up stitches. There's no two edges to Kitchener. So, yes. Nothing to Kitchener here.
We digress. I get distracted.
It's getting along well. The only thing that will be not quite so fun is when I pick up stitches all the way around the sweater, but still to finish the sleeve first.
Why do you have to pick up stitches all the way around the sweater?
For the ribbing, for the hood, and for the button band.
Oh, okay.
But I will like it when it's done, so it'll be worth it. It's just going to be a lot of stitches to pick up, and a little bit of math.
Right.
So.
Okay. And which bag is it in?
It is in the Name My Bag bird bag.
Which is such a nice bag.
And I've worked on this. It hasn't really been what I felt like working on, but I've worked on this.
I haven't felt like working on anything. Actually, what I want to do is start something new.
Yeah, I've been having issues with wanting to work on stuff.
Okay. The next one I want to show you is, I didn't work on this last week, I don't think. It's my strawberries and cream. I call it strawberries and cream.
Keep talking. I left Venus.
Venus right there.
No, I left her hat. Not that I worked much on it, but
okay.
Just keep talking.
Sorry for taking you down. Actually, I didn't put a thing on here. I actually did some work on the dish towel that I'm working on, and it's actually a dish towel, not a washcloth. It's just what I'm in the mood for doing, and I think I'm going to put this into Nicolo's podcast, Summer Small Object Cal, because I think this will work for that. And I love this cotton yarn in the white and red, and it's just something on my ends. I'm still attached with the white even, but it's moving along fairly quickly. I'm enjoying it. It's very soft. It'll be a nice dish towel. And I believe I am using, let me see what my hook is. Okay, it's a free pattern by Lion Brand Yarn, and I'm using a 5.5 eye hook. And as I said, Hobby Lobby, I love this cotton solids in the red and the ivory, not the white, the ivory. And it's moving along fairly quickly once I was able to concentrate on my stitches, because the stitches aren't hard. It's very similar to what I did for my baby sweater. The red baby sweater I made. So this, it's moving along quickly now. I think I should be finished. Hopefully I can finish it in the next couple of weeks, but things keep popping up and I end up doing something else.
Now, is it a hot pad or dishcloth?
No, this is a dish towel.
Okay, so
it's an actual dish towel. So I think I'm about halfway through the stitches before I have to change yarn again a couple of times, and then I can finish off. Actually, I might be a little more than halfway through, because it is an actual kitchen dish towel.
Yeah, so it's going to be longer.
So it's going to be longer. And I haven't decided if I'm going to make a second dish towel in reverse for it, or if I'm going to make a washcloth to go with it. You know, like a kitchen washcloth.
Who's the designer again?
It's Lion Brand Yarn.
Oh, okay.
And this is living in my sheepy bag, and this is also a Clover Bird bag. I think I pulled out most of my Clover Bird bags this time. My Clover Bird medium-sized sheepy bag, which I love. It's very, very nice to work. My project stays in there nice and safe, and it doesn't fall over, and I can do what I need to do. Okay.
I need to start making some dish towels and dishcloths. Okay. My next thing is in my llama bag.
Creepy llama bag.
This is
maybe they're alpacas.
This is a Scarlet Scotsman, which is the Flying Scotsman pattern by Susan Ashcroft. I'm using US 7 needles.
Oh, that's your color work, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
The main color is the Spinning Fates Moira in the colorway Let Heaven Nature Sing. And the color work's done in Lang Yarns Jowl Magic in the colorway 60 Rust Gold Forest Wine. So, got a little bit of work done on this. Because it's color work, I knit with yarn in each hand. I find it a little bit challenging with the hand that's holding the fingering weight yarn. The yarn I keep having to readjust my grip. But
So you're using 2 different weights of yarn for
yeah,
this project?
and that's what they were doing too.
Oh, you can start seeing the color work now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shows up nicely.
So, I mean, sometimes the red blends in a little more than I'd like into the red.
Yeah. Well, you knew it would be kind of close.
But
It's very pretty.
I couldn't bring myself to get something that was not in stash.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of stash diving to make our project.
So I'm hoping the finished product will show up.
Oh, I heard from the lady who does the plumeria frill pattern. She saw my claret shawl and she commented on that. But it was really funny. She's the lady who I've done her plumeria frill twice, and I've got like several of her other patterns queued. But it was really funny. I didn't expect to hear from her at all.
Oh, that's fine.
It just kind of made my day. So I was like, oh, that's nice.
But yeah, it's
Is that yellow I see coming up? Mustard and
there's
yellow?
there's some yellow. I think we're headed actually into a reddish section, which should be interesting to see how it pops up. Because we've gone through greens and yellows.
It almost has the potential to look like little flowers.
It does. It does. So
Is that the top? You're working up to the top? Like, is that going to be up?
no, it's
Oh,
down
it's the bottom.
here.
Okay.
Like that.
It's going to be very pretty.
And I'm a little concerned about the color work showing up, but we'll see.
It'll still be pretty. I mean,
But there it be.
Did you say what size needles you were using?
Yes, I did.
I missed it? Okay.
Yeah, you weren't paying attention.
I do not, in fact,
Pay attention, I know.
need to pay attention. Okay, are you finished with that one?
Yes.
Okay, in my Funtific bag, I think it's the only one I own by her, but she makes a very nice bag, is my Elsa wrap, because I have not moved it to the other bag yet. And I just started a 3rd skein of yarn, and I'm about ready to start the decreases on it. I had Talia measure it on her shoulder.
Yeah, I was going to say, not measure it.
And I measured it on the ground, and I think it's probably getting close. Because this is, I mean, I'm going to go in front of you just a second so you can hold. Can you hold that? This is the halfway mark if I were to start decreasing now. So it's a very long shawl. It's not a very wide
thin
shawl.
Yeah.
I mean, it's wider than it looks. But so this is that about halfway? I wanted to be able to wrap.
Well, you're actually going to have to be like here for
Okay,
halfway.
because I want to be able to wrap it around. I like to be able
your
to.
hair smells good.
Thank you. I also have apple.
Okay, that might be why it smells.
But I think it's going to be nice and nice and wrappable. I don't like the shawls that fall off my shoulders. They annoy me. So I want a shawl that I can just kind of snuggle into, and I think this is going to be that shawl, despite the fact that it's not a very wide shawl. And that was my choice. I could have made it wider and then just
She
continued
chose
the
not
length.
to.
I just chose not to because I'm not very good in visualizing that kind of thing. So the next time I make it, I may make it a little wider, not a whole lot, but maybe just a little bit, and do the same length, and it'll just be a little wider.
And that cotton came from Hobby Lobby, right? It's a Hobby Lobby that
Yes,
uses cotton.
this is Hobby Lobby.
It's really soft.
It's very soft. It's deceptive. I mean, it's really nice on your hands. I've worked with rougher cottons and with rougher wools than this. This is very soft. It almost feels like it has some kind of a smoothness
Nylon.
to it. Yeah, it doesn't, but it's 100% cotton, I believe. And this is the denims colorway. And I really like the way it's coming out. Let me see if I can show it to you the way it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like this. So that's the way it's supposed to be. So you can see.
It shows up in a kind of weird zigzaggy.
Yeah.
It's interesting how the pattern shows up.
I think Anastasia suggests.
Is that a tail?
Yeah, I haven't woven in yet. I mean,
you don't leave yourself very long tail.
well, it's
so
caught.
you did.
It's caught.
Oh, okay.
I've caught it as far as I could, and then I just cut it.
Oh, okay.
So I usually,
Yeah, because I usually leave myself a really long tail to weave in with, but it's harder to catch your yarn as you go along.
yeah, I just catch my yarn and I weave in if I have to later. But that one I happen to be able to.
And usually I don't want to weave in crochet. I only work toys for crochet for the most part, so I just stuff it inside the toy.
Now this one I'm a little more concerned out here when I had to change the yarn and the lace, because even though I caught the yarn, I'm going to have to do some creative weaving, I think.
That's fine. You'll figure it out.
Yeah, because it's just very loose and it makes me nervous that it's going to come apart. So anyway, I'm using, and I think I said the hook, didn't I? No,
I'm sure you did, but go ahead and repeat it.
Well, I'm using an eye hook, and this is I Love This Cotton Ombres and Prints, 288, the denim's colorway. It's called the Elsa cardigan, or the Elsa, not the Elsa cardigan, the Elsa shawl, because of the colors, reminding me of Frozen. And I will have to think about changing my bag.
One of my friends from school actually posted, you might have seen it on Facebook, there some crocheted hats that she wanted to make of Elsa, and they had like Elsa's braids and
how
funny. Elsa and Anna's braids with a hat in their colors.
Oh, that's fun.
Over their hair.
Oh, that's fun.
Because her little girls are obsessed with Frozen.
I think I saw that. Yeah. I think I saw something like that.
It was really cute.
Yeah.
Oh, Nicole, if your daughter's still obsessed with Frozen, and that's Garbs, etc. Nicole.
Yeah.
And you want the link, I'm sure I can get it to you.
Right. Or look on the Facebook.
She's not. They're not. It's not on my Facebook page.
Oh, it's not. Okay. Yeah, just contact Taya Nicole, and she'll get it to you.
But and I don't know where this particular friend found it. She posted it for herself on Facebook because she does crochet occasionally.
Which one is that?
Megan.
Oh, is that the seller?
No. Megan Andy. Megan.
Oh, Megan Donahoe. Oh.
Well, that's not even her last name, but
yes.
I was trying to be.
Yes, that's not her last name, but yes. Hi, Megan. Hi, Andy, who's now a friend of mine, who's probably going to defriend me after that.
Oh, Mom, what am I going to do with you?
Yes, give me more chai tea. Your turn.
Anyway.
Oh, hi, Steve. Steve is one of my writers on Percolator, and he made me laugh because he watched our last podcast.
Oh, yes.
And he made a comment. I will get back to you and answer that comment.
We're zingy.
Yeah, well, I am anyway.
You're zingy. Okay.
I'm going to have to write to him back. I've been very bad about getting back on Facebook to do that, but he made me smile. He made my day. So thank you, Steve, if you're watching.
Okay, so the last project I have to talk about, at least last knitting project I have to talk about, is Davina's Gift, which is the Diana's hat. This is the second time I've been knitting this one.
Not this particular one, but the hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This particular pattern. And it is designed by Joanna Johnson. It's from the Anne of Green Gables pattern book. I'm using US 4 needles, Cascade Yarns, Heritage Paints in the 9979 colorway. Well, when I looked it up on, I think it was yarn.com, it was Fruit Salad was the actual name of the colorway.
It's pretty.
It's for Davina, and the yarn was gifted to her by the Turbo Knitter 64, who is Kenneth. And I can see why they call it fruit salad.
It does look like a fruit salad.
Actually, it makes me think of spring flowers.
Mm-hmm. Me too. Easter is what it made me think of the first time I saw it.
So it's a very simple pattern. It was enjoyable the first time around. It hasn't got a lot of work on it. I have no idea why, probably because I've been working on the sweater. I haven't...
Oh, there are other things that have been taking up your time, too.
Yeah, other things have been taking up my time. So, it might get a little bit love later today. But, yeah, that's this hat. It's really good purse knitting. Not that complicated. So, yeah, that's that.
Okay, my last one, my last whip. I don't want to take it out of the bag.
Have you made a lot of progress?
No, in my M&M's bag. I did do some progress on it. It's stuffed in here. You can see why I do not want to take it out, because it really is stuffed in here.
Are you about to make a color change anytime soon?
I've already done my color change.
Oh, you've already changed it?
Yeah, I've been on the second edging for a while.
Oh, okay.
I'm in the process of finishing it up. I have to do a little more. I have to measure and see how. I have a plain section on the bottom here, and if you remember, I also have a. The rest of the blanket has a front post crochet design. So I need to measure the front post design in this color before I can go to the just plain flat out double crochet, single crochet edging and finish off. So that's where I'm at with this. It's my own pattern. I am going to have to sit down and figure out how to make it a little more not easy to follow. That's not. If I want to make it available to other people, I need to make it more consistent.
Right.
My bottom edge on that blanket where I started is a little bit more narrow for some reason. I don't know if it's because I had single crochets in there and I should just be double crocheted or what, but I have a feeling I will be talking with 10 hours or less, George, when I get to that point to find out what I may have done to make it go like that and then go straight up. I guess I'll see if when I do the other edge if it does the same thing. Of course, that all depends if I decide to do single crochet in there or not. I may just do flat double crochet to finish it. It's just for me. So, but I want to have the pattern to be consistent. If I should make it available to other people, I want it to be nice, and I want to be able to have it for a couple of different sizes. So I guess I'd have to find out what's it called, multiples.
Yeah, what your multiples
What my multiples would be, and I don't know how to do that. I have to do some research. I'll talk to George and see what I can do with that. That's kind of exciting, actually, a little scary. But first I have to finish the thing. I'm using an H hook or an I hook, I don't remember. Let me see. Might be helpful if I looked. I'm using an I hook and Yarn Bee, Danielle yarn in the Dawn colorway and the Impeccable in the pink colorway. And that is my last whip.
Okay, graphic novel. I worked a little bit on each of my graphic novels. So on the 1 Corinthians 13 cross stitch, I was having difficulty focusing on anything last night. I didn't want to knit. So I worked a little bit down here by the flower. Not that if you had seen it recently you would have noticed, really. So the words are all done. I'm working my way up and around. That'll be something that'll be really nice to hang in a house.
Yes, it will. It'll look very pretty. Get a nice little frame for it.
So I'd like to have it done by the wedding, but I doubt I will.
Well, that's a whole year. You might.
It is. I don't work on it a lot. I probably need to back off a little bit on how much I work on Davina's. Because I don't. The thing is, I don't cross stitch a whole lot. A lot of times I'll get close to podcast time. Sorry, I'm a little bit out of frame. And I'll be like, oh hey, I haven't cross stitched in a while. I probably should do it. A lot of times the podcast is what reminds me to do the.
And I haven't done even that much because there's not a lot of light in here.
No, there's not.
I don't have a lot of good light. I need to. My husband said he's going to either get me a plug for my little. I have one of those magnifying lamps that stand on the floor so you can do whatever you're doing with light. But for some reason it gets very dim. He wants to get me a plug, so maybe I can have more light. So then I can do a variety of my projects out here instead of just light-colored yarn. The cross-stitch boxes are kind of small for me to see in this very poor light.
It's even hard for me to see it sometimes. Okay, then Davina's Elsa and Anna got a little bit of work, just a few stitches here and there.
I need to pull mine out. Every time I want to do that, I get something. I'm like, oh, I want to do this.
Davina's shown some interesting cross stitch. I've debated letting her play a little bit with the Elsa and Anna.
I don't think that's a good idea.
But maybe we'll have to get her something smaller to start.
Yeah, she wanted to spend she wanted to buy a $30 or $25 Marilyn Monroe, and I was like, first of all, that's kind of creepy. And secondly, it's just a little expensive for something she might decide she doesn't want to do and just put it aside, because we're not going to do Marilyn Monroe.
No.
So,
well, that's why I thought the Elsa and Anna might have been a good idea.
Well, there are other princesses. She can do Tinkerbell or something. She likes Tinkerbell.
Yeah, and maybe the colors will be less subtle, because the colors are actually pretty subtle changes in Elsa and Anna.
Tinkerbell is an old-fashioned Disney. I mean, you've got the yellow hair, the white, well, not white, but the flesh-colored face, the green dress.
Yeah, you're right.
And
there's
like
probably going to be less subtleties.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of subtleties in this one. Okay.
Okay, so I don't have any graphic novels. As I said, I honestly didn't feel like doing anything this week. I'm surprised I got anything done at all. I do, however, have a lot of royalties. Did you want to go into, what's our time? I can't see from here.
It's 2:47.
No, what's the time of our podcast?
39 minutes.
Oh, 39 minutes?
Well, we've been kind of moving
Okay,
along.
all right. All right, I have actually quite a bit of stash enhancement.
I do as well.
Do you want to do the autobiography writing stuff first?
Sure.
Okay. Did you do any?
I didn't.
Okay.
I was working on other things.
Okay, I actually did.
And I also don't write usually that much unless I have to share a story.
Right, which you may get relatively soon.
Mm-hmm.
I actually did over 2,000 words on the shared story this week, so I was really proud of myself for that. And I did about almost 575 words to my nonfiction writing for work. So that's good. For a while I didn't think I was going to get any writing done this week, but it picked up a little bit. My husband noticed I was kind of struggling, staying motivated and wanted to write, and he noticed that a book was on Kindle, I think it was $1.99, about writing 2,000 words a day and how you can do it. And Kathy, Knit Nerd, if you want to know what that is, I will tell you. Just PM me and I'll get that name out to you. I don't know if it'll still be $1.99 on Kindle, but it might be worth looking into. Also, Emily, Holding the Sticks, if she's interested.
Sorry to be made shouting noises.
Oh.
There. I think she's okay.
But
it didn't sound frightened. It sounded like she excited herself.
Right. So I did a lot of writing. I was happy with that. And that is basically that obsession. That's my obsessions. And gone into
stash enhancement. Okay. So this is an old bag that I've had got for Christmas one year. This is holding materials for new craft, scrapbooking. So I have all various scrapbooky type stuff in here. I'm not going to pull out the paper and stuff, but I'll pull out some of the stickers. So let's see. And actually, Tom's helped me buy some of this. So I tried to kind of unevenly spread it, so it's more on my end because it is mostly me working on it.
but he likes to.
He's very much.
He's very much involved.
Yes.
Even though he said he would deny it. We weren't supposed to say anything.
Involved is different.
Yes, you're doing it. He's providing the raw material.
Yes.
He's such a good sport.
Yes, he is. So, there's a bunch of different little wedding type things. One of these engagement rings actually kind of looks like mine. The one on the top. Can't really see it very well. I think it kind of looks like mine.
This one reminds me a little bit of mine with the cathedral.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's too big. Yeah, those are pretty. Thomas said, "Boy, I find like that thought easy to spot that for you."
There's a bunch of little engagement ones. I've already used some of these. It's not a craft I've really done much with, and I'm not sure how much I'll keep up with it after we get married, but it's
It's something you look through when you are married.
exactly. It's a nice little something to have. It's a nice way of having a photo album way to commemorate a year going into marriage. So just, I even got some like nurse and teacher type things because I'm a nurse, he's a teacher. So.
Those don't show up very well without something behind them, Taya, because of the
Yeah, I know.
clear.
It's okay. It shows up well enough. It'll.
Typical teacher and nurse stuff.
Yeah. I'm too lazy to get off my rear end and actually show you.
Amy was too well bred and Lori was too lazy. I'm sorry, I went into my little women.
So yeah. Those are the stickers. That's my enhancements.
I'm wearing one of my enhancements. My husband said, "Oh, I like the gypsy kind of peasant-y dresses that, but a lot of times they had that drawstring, and so it wasn't staying on it. I kept tripping me. So my husband got me
You
a
kept
skirt.
tripping you?
The dress kept skipping me.
Kept skipping you.
And then this top.
It's a really cute top.
So you can see. So I got clothes. My husband said, it's Father's Day
pink.
coming up. Yeah, I don't normally wear pink, but they didn't have any blue or green or red, so I picked up pink instead. But I was happy about that. Do you want me to do that one yarn thing first? Because that was kind of a throwaway.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. I had been gifted last week, or not last week, a few weeks ago, Turbo Knitter, when he donated the yarn that he gave us for the next cow, he also gifted Talia, Davina, and me some yarn. And you saw Talia working on the one for the hat for Davina. The yarn that he gave me was like this, all right? And I had a project planned out for this, all right? This yarn, I had one from Knit Nerd, for one of her, I think it was for the Pinktober last year, this last Pinktober. And I had a project kind of picked out for this one. And then I looked, there was a new pattern, it's called the Key Lime Pie Shawl, and it's a crocheted pattern. And I said, I want to put them together. So I bought one more of each of these.
I thought you already had an extra one.
I bought it extra.
Oh, okay.
I bought it extra earlier.
Yeah.
I bought one more of each of these so I can make my key lime pie shawl. I think it will be absolutely gorgeous like this. Because I wasn't finding a pattern that I thought would work and do this justice.
And use up all the yarn.
And use up all the yarn. I was so excited about it, about receiving it. And when I saw the key lime pie one, I was like, oh, that'll work really beautifully if I can find a contrasting yarn. And this one from Knit Nerd that I've had in my stash since October came. I was like, oh, that might look really nice with it. So I had to buy one more of this, and I had bought one of this for the project, just to make sure I have enough. I may have had enough regardless, but my gauge gets kind of quirky, and if I want to make it bigger, I want to have enough. So look for this coming up, Kenneth, when I start this shawl. That's what I'm going to use it for. Thank you, both Kathy and Kenneth. Your yarn will be used. Thank you very much.
And I guess kind of as...
Oh, they gave me stitch markers.
Oh, cool.
I didn't
and it matches
see
your...
Look at my stitch markers.
And it matches.
It matches both. It matches the yarn. Isn't that something? Yay. That was nice of them. See, I didn't open the package all the way before it came on. Oh, that was so nice of them. This was a new to me. It's called Knit and Crochet. It's an online store, and I highly recommend it. I bought this, and I had it in 2 days. I kid you not. $5 shipping, not $7 or $8. It was fantastic. So, Knit and Crochet.
Because you had difficulty finding the colorway.
I had a heck of a time finding the colorway. It was just really difficult. So I was blessed to find that, and they are super sweet. Yay. I can't wait to get started on that shawl.
Let me see if I can bring up my queue, because I want to show some patterns that I'm looking to...
That's an idea. I'm going to find the key line while you're doing that.
Oh, it's doing its stupid thing.
Yeah, for some reason, Ravelry doesn't like our Kindle, or Kindle doesn't like Ravelry or something, and it sometimes gives us trouble. It's not going to let me close. There we go. But,
so I'm hoping it'll let me,
let's see if I can...
Ah, there we go. So, open this up in a new tab.
Shawl. Shawl.
Background tab. Yeah.
No. Yes, this is so
Okay,
interesting watching us look for things on our Kindle.
Alright, let's see if, it's refreshed 20 different times, so I'll make it show up.
Come on.
Okay, so this is called the
Oh, there it is.
the crochet lace wedding garter, and if you're male, you probably do not want to see this.
Or maybe they do. Who knows?
Even though Ravelry's being a jerk, I'm going to
Well, I've got mine. Let me show mine while you're doing that.
Well, I have my picture. But go ahead and show yours.
This is the shawl I was telling you about.
Oh, that's really,
Really what?
really pretty. Yeah. Okay, so Ravelry's still being a jerk, but this is what it'll look like. I'm gonna have more of a deeper blue ribbon, more like a royal blue, but I think that's really nice. It'll be fun to take a little bit of stress off just being able to make that. And then I also want to I have the book coming in. It was the only pattern I liked in the book, but I absolutely love the little purse. It's called the Bride's Purse.
That's knitted.
It's knitted. It's got little cables. I'll have to figure out how to put the beading in, and I love the little flowers. So it looks bridal. Some of the things that I liked, their drawstring, just kind of paled in comparison. So those two are things you're going to see coming up on the needles and hooks.
Okay. How many more do you have?
For which?
For Stash and Hanson's?
That's it for Stash and Hanson's.
Okay. I have a few more. I picked up this Love of Crochet book. I'm not really a huge fan of this magazine.
Alright, guys.
But there was one pattern in here that I just loved, and I saw it a couple of times, and when I looked it up on Ravelry, you can't buy it on Ravelry. It's there, but you have to get the magazine, and I didn't want to risk losing it, so I will show you, and people who know me will not be surprised when they see what it is. Let me see if I can find it here. This is the pattern that sold me. I figured some of the patterns are actually
I'm not surprised.
It's an Intarsia crochet pattern.
And what exactly is it?
It's a blanket.
Okay.
A baby blanket. And they're owls. They're owls. Aren't they cute? I just love them. I had to have the pattern. I don't know who I'm going to make it for, but I don't care. It's just very cute. And it's got the color graph. It has written directions as well. I don't feel bad about showing you the color graph because you're not looking at it long enough to know what you're doing.
Oh, they are really cute.
They are really adorable. I actually have an owl that I bought when I was in college because our mascot was an owl, and it looks like these little owls up here. It's a little glass thing about this big, and it looks like those owls. And so I saw this. I was like, I have to have this. My husband just kind of rolled his eyes and said, "Okay, get what you want." He's a very smart man. So that's that one. And then I did a de-stash, and I had mentioned Ferret Lady before. I never had trouble de-stashing with Ravelry in the past, and I've done a few times with yarn, no problems whatsoever. I went to the de-stash library group, and somebody was doing magazines, and I had bought 2 of them. She was doing them for like $10. And I don't know if I had to pay shipping or she paid shipping, but anyway, it was a really good deal, so I went ahead and I got it. It never came in, so I had some difficulty. So when Ferret Lady was de-stashing, I lost money on that one. And I don't want to mention the name because it's being handled. When Ferret Lady decided to de-stash a bunch of her magazines, I was a little hesitant. And I'll tell you something. She's fantastic. Nikki walked me through the whole process of doing a de-stash and PayPaling somebody who is not a company or a business or something like that. She walked me through it. She even helped me to deal with my de-stash to request payment from somebody else. She's super. And so she sent me these. I think it took her maybe 3 days or 4 days to get here. Tops. And I won't show you all of them. I have
because we're getting a little close sometimes.
12 magazines. She sent them, and I won't. I'll go through these later on. I just want to show you that some of them are. This is a magazine I've never heard of. It's called Crochet Fantasy, and I think I've got 8 of these. 1, 2, 3.
So that sweater there is kind of cute.
Yes,
at least the way she's wearing it.
Yes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 crochet fantasies, and then I've got 4 of the crochet magazine, and this is 2004, 2003.
You can tell by
2004.
some of the hairstyles and the photography that these are early 2000s.
These are earlier magazines, but they are in fantastic shape. There's no bending, there's no dog earring on it, no wear on them. I think she had them sitting on her shelf. But some of the patterns may be a little bit dated, but there are definitely some that I want to make, and I'm excited about having them. So thank you very much. Oh, I want to make this, and of course it's an advertisement. But thank you very much, Nikki, for getting these to me so quickly. I really appreciate it. You are super. Those are my stashing hands.
I have, I guess, onto wedding stuff?
Yeah. Let me just get this in here before you start talking so the creasing doesn't...
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot to grab my actual wedding scrapbook one, but that's okay. I can show that at a later date.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to be working on that one for a year.
Yeah.
But this is the scrapbook that I'll be working on throughout the year until Thomas and I get married. So it's going to be mushy.
And you won't see all of it, probably, just, you know, the bits and pieces.
This was a sticker that said Happily Ever After, so I tried to imitate the style with, I guess, a illuminated script type thing. And at the bottom there where you see the flower, I actually misspelled chronological, so I slapped a sticker over it, and you can't even tell. And I wrote above it. It was like 4 a.m., and I couldn't remember how to spell chronological at that point. So I took the song "Just the Way You Are" by Billy Joel, which was your dad's song when you were dating. It's actually my ringtone for Thomas.
Billy Joel gets a lot of wear and tear in our house.
So just, took some pictures and just kind of drew around them because they printed out kind of smaller than I wanted them. But yeah, I haven't done a lot of work on it, but...
Well, you're not going to do it all at once.
No, I'm not. And it takes time to do what I have done.
Yeah, and if you did it all at once, you'd have a book that's like bulging and just can't get through it.
Yeah.
This will be nice. It'll be special.
I need to still work on some of the... I want something for the coffee shop, and I want something for the actual engagement. We meant to get pictures last date, and we didn't, but...
At the coffee shop?
Well, just around.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get there.
Yeah, well, you have another 12 months.
Yeah, exactly.
At least. I mean, because if it pushes back to the latest date that you might do, the 11th of July, that's 13 months.
Yeah, exactly.
So you have plenty of time. Not a problem. Okay, I think that just about does it. This is a little shorter.
We're still looking at veils and such.
Yes. Talia wants me to crochet her veil, so I am looking at patterns. She is looking at patterns.
Mm-hmm.
That is what I was talking about, getting in touch with Sarah about to figure out that's an option. I've emailed or PM'd Kristen Amadal, I think that's how you pronounce her name. She has a pattern that I really like. There's another pattern. It is absolutely gorgeous. We just don't like the bird on it for a wedding veil, but it's very pretty. It's got kind of a, if you look at it, it's kind of got a shape like...
it's a gorgeous shape.
It's
and
gorgeous.
If it wasn't for the bird on it,
Yeah.
I'm being attacked by stuffed animals.
It's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. And then I have one...
Especially the bird that was attacking me.
Well, I'm sure Happy pushed him down. Happy pushed... Or maybe Ollie. Ollie always looks like... But anyway...
Yeah, why didn't you call him Stanley? He looks like Stanley.
I know he looks like Stanley, but I wanted to call him Ollie. But anyway, so I also found a pattern today that just came up, I think, or came up really recently, that I sent Talia a share, that little share symbol.
You're talking about the little headband?
I sent you that too.
Okay, I just saw the headband.
Yeah, I think I sent you the veil as well.
You just sent me the headband.
In any event, there are patterns. If you see anything, crochet, please. I don't want to have to knit it because I don't think I'm that good a knitter. And in fact, I know it will drive me insane.
It'll be too much stress.
It'll be too much stress for me at this point to do a wedding veil. I would prefer to do it crocheted.
And she wants to be the one to do it.
Yeah, I want to be the one to do it. So, that would be, if you see anything that looks kind of intermediate-ish, quasi-advanced, not overly advanced, but I might be willing to look at it. If you see anything that you think might drape well for a veil, please let me know. I will take a look at it. Talia will take a look at it, and we will weigh our options based on the dress she decides to use. And
hoping to use Mom's, but
yeah, we're hoping for
there's
that.
going to have to be some definite resizing because I'm a lot bigger than she was. But
So yeah, it's exciting stuff. That, and I can't focus. Yeah.
okay, well, I think that's really all I have to say.
I think I am done as well. Please keep all your projects coming in for the Autism Awareness Cal. We have a little over 2 weeks to go. WIPs are welcome. Finished objects obviously are welcome. Chatter is welcome, but you do not get a chance for a prize with your chatter. Sorry, guys. And then check out Juliana's podcast group if you're not a member of that. You might want to consider joining if you want to be eligible for her prizes. We want to thank Emily Fibertown, Chain of Fools, who was our co-host for the first 2 months, for being the awesome co-host that she was, and for the prizes that she offered. And we wish her a very safe and happy trip to Spain and back. I hope she has a lovely time. We want to thank Turbo Knitter 64 for the skein of yarn he offered for next Cal coming up, and all the people that we thanked for the autism awareness. Knitting's My Bag, Plover Bird, Hank's mom, Juliana, our co-host, Sarah Jane, and Emily. I think that's all of them.
I think you got everybody.
And if I forgot anybody, we are very thankful to them as well, and they will be in our show notes. So.
And thank you for all the congratulations and well wishes from everyone in the thread and
elsewhere, at Scarf, etc., all over the known world media. Hi, Nicole. She's cute. She's very sweet. Okay. So we want to, on that note, we want to say goodbye and wish you a very blessed rest of the week, filled with everything that makes you happy, whatever crafting that is, knitting, crocheting, cross-stitching, whatever makes you happy, cooking, cleaning, whatever it is you like to do. Yes, cleaning. I did say clean. There are people who like to clean.
I know, I work with someone like that.
So, this is Pen, Hook, and Needles, episode 106, and this is a wrap.